And let's get you some breaking news that's coming from the United States, where reports say that another shooting involving an ICE agent has taken place in the city of Minneapolis in the state of Minnesota. Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz has said that the U.S. federal agents committed another horrific shooting. The shooting reportedly took place near the 26th Street and the Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis. Now, tension spiked near the site of the shooting as bystanders have been filmed screaming at the federal agents at the scene, yelling, "ICE, go home." Now, the American Senator Amy Klobuchar from the Democrat Party has told the Trump administration to quote-unquote, "get ICE out of our state now." The latest incident comes just days after a woman called Renee Good was killed by an ICE agent, sparking outrage in Minnesota and across the United States. Now, Renee Good was shot and killed on the 7th of January. Anti-ICE demonstrators in Minneapolis have been protesting against the federal agency for days. So these are live images coming in from Minneapolis. This is near to the scene where the shooting has apparently happened, and tensions have spiked after yet another shooting that has taken place by an ICE agent on one of those protesting individuals.
Call of Duty. So cool, huh?
So this is what the reports say, that another shooting involving ICE agent has now come to light in the city of Minneapolis in the state of Minnesota.
It just blows that way. Fucking idiots. Look at that. It's doing nothing.
Gotta go. I'm trying to help you out. Go.
Dramatic scenes that are unfolding at this moment in Minneapolis, where the police has quite clearly resorted to firing what are effectively smoke bombs to try and disperse the crowd. There's also, one needs to verify as to the kind of force and the ammunition that is being deployed by the police. Are these just smoke bombs that the police are lobbing to try and get the crowds off from the streets? Or is there a much harder use of force that is also taking place? Because these are very, very dramatic moments in this standoff between the protesters and the ICE agents, where the police on the one side is clearly being seen resorting to some kind of force. More details are awaited. Officially, there needs to be confirmation on what exactly is the kind of measures that the police have deployed on the protesters who've come forth protesting against the activities of ICE in the city of Minneapolis, which, remember, had also witnessed a shooting. And this is another shooting that has taken place just days after Renee Nicole Good was shot dead by an ICE agent. And joining us over the phone line, we've got my colleague Susan Tehrani, who's joining with more updates on this. Susan, these are some pretty dramatic images that we see on our screens here of the police facing off with the protesters. What more do we know of this very fluid situation that seems to be unfolding in Minneapolis?
So DHS has released footages of weapons and a handgun and also magazines that were in the car of this individual, potentially going to use it against these federal agents. The city of Minneapolis now says that it is aware of reports of another shooting involving federal law enforcement. It says it's in the area of 25th Street West and Nicollet Avenue. This is where a lot of protests have been happening. And, of course, we heard from the governor as well. But we are, Mohammed, expected to hear from a press conference in about 15, 20 minutes to provide us updates about what really happened. But nonetheless, it appears that there has been another shooting. This person was yelling profanities at ICE, and also the DHS has now recovered a trove of weapons in his car. So that's also going to be on tap when we talk more about this issue.
Indeed, Susan. Thank you very much for joining us with those updates. This, of course, is a developing story. We'll, of course, come back to you as things become clear as to what exactly has happened in Minneapolis, where there is quite clearly a protest that is ongoing. And what can be confirmed at the moment is that there's been yet another shooting that has taken place in Minneapolis by an ICE agent. And this is what the scene looks like in these very dramatic moments where the ICE agents are in a full-on confrontation with the protesters who are not very happy in the manner that ICE has been operating in the city there.